Well, hello everybody. Howdy, howdy. It's Henry Tenby. This is Vancouver, BC, Canada, YVR. It's the Airliners Live show. It is coming up on 4 minutes to 12 noon here in Vancouver. This is a pop-up show. I see we have 91 people in the house. Hopefully we'll be able to build that number a bit during our show. As I will explain throughout our show, we're doing this pop-up show just because this coming Thursday we've got a very heavy rain forecast here in Vancouver, so not likely that we will be able to do the show on our normally scheduled slot Thursdays. So we're here. It's a bit overcast, but it's actually quite warm. It's 11 degrees here in Vancouver right now, calling for a high of in the double digits. Probably, I believe the weather forecast was for about 13 degrees today, so we'll have to see if that actually shows up. We're going to be here with you guys for the next few hours. We're officially launching our show in about 3 minutes, but of course I was set up a bit early, so we pushed the show live kind of right now. Hope you guys don't mind that. We've got a Delta Connection Embraer taxiing out, which you can hear the frogs as well. The frogs are here enjoying the show with us as per standard operating procedure. Oh, Air India's pushing back. I think that's going to be our let's have a listen to what they've got going. I'm sure they're going to be on the radios. This is 777-300ER. Beautiful machine. Good evening, Paul Davies and Brody, Nigel. Nice to see all you guys here. I see we've bumped up to 340 people in the house, which is awesome. Hey, Ronnie Middlehurst. Nice to see you, Ronnie. And yeah, Matt Smith. Ronnie Middlehurst, thank you for that £2 donation. It's very much appreciated. Very much so, I should say. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing well. Hope your day is, or your evening is going well, wherever you may be watching. Loopy asks, how early will I be going this evening? Yeah, so it was just 3 or 4 minutes early, actually. There's our they're starting engines. You can hear that trademark sound of the 777 engines starting up. Get a bit closer here for you guys as they pull the pug. Pull the pug. What am I saying? Pull that tug. Pull the tow bar. And there's our Delta flight taxiing out to Seattle. Yeah, nice way to start the show with a heavy. So we've got Jazz coming in, cleared to land. Well, let's see if we can figure out where that Jazz is coming from. So first of all, we've got wow, guys, we've got an Air Canada Rouge inbound from Winnipeg right here. You do see the lights, actually. That'll be amazing if it's in Rouge colors. Yeah, here we go. Good morning. Thank you very much, Terry. That's awesome. I'm really hoping this is in the Rouge colors. That would be a nice treat. We definitely don't get to see them. And Jamina Patton, thanks for the heads up that this beautiful Boeing is heading to Delhi, India. So hello, Glenn Campbell. I'm going to move the camera around just for this arrival that we've got here from Winnipeg. Where is it? There it is. Oh yeah, it's in. What color scheme is that in? It's a Rouge scheme. It's a Rouge ski. Yeah.
112 ground. 112 working. 112, you need to the ground 121.7. Over that.
Very nice. I don't think we've seen too many Rouge painted aircraft on our show, so this is a very nice treat. Very nice treat. Let's go back for Air India here, guys. It's preparing itself to depart. Oops, setting up my... Just adjusting my tripod a bit. That's a bit better. That's better. Yeah, I was just adjusting the tripod head. Still a little bit off kilter. Maybe that. It's a bit better. Yeah. Nice morning here in Vancouver. Well, I should say lunchtime. It's high noon, 12:01. And because of the weather, the atmospherics are good. We're not getting any distortion at this moment on the full zoom, which is nice. You can see it's crisp. We have no heat distortion at all. To speak, ooh, gosh. Bit of heat distortion in that distance. I mean, that's some serious distance there. Oh, nice. Vapor off the wing. Gear up. Let's go back to our Air India. There it is. Lots happening. Just the way we like it. We were good and tight on this. And it looks a bit like a shark mouth there with those antennas. And here's the Rouge coming in. Nice looking color scheme. I do like it. Yeah, I wonder how many are around actually. Before the pandemic, Rouge had a huge presence. That was Air India on the radios right there. I was saying before the pandemic, Rouge had a very big presence. They had, oh, we've got our heavy on approach, guys. Korean. Dreamliner. Well, we've got our zoom focus problems again today. Yeah, it's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Camera focus gremlins. Back to Air India. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, for some reason we get these intermittent camera focus issues.
Runway 86 back, so I echo Delta 7.
So.
26 left, echo Delta 7 left shell. Alright, 227. Question to Dreamliner, just like seeing the runway, clear to land, 26 right. Clear to land. Alright, clear, 227. 01, heavy monitor, ground 1275, taxi, Mike, Juliet Bravo to the apron.
See what we've got on approach, guys.
Taxi, Mike, Juliet Bravo, full gate.
Nothing on immediate approach, but in a few minutes we're going to have a Flare 8227-37 inbound from MAX 8 inbound from San Francisco. So that's a couple minutes away. I don't yet have visual on that. So they say the sun's supposed to come out, so I do sense it's getting brighter. I do have my
186, contact southbound 121.7. 121.7, 186 Heavy.
Yeah, that's Air India. So
186 Heavy. 86 Heavy on taxi by Juliet, Delta and Delta 7.
there's a nice gentle breeze here in Vancouver this morning.
186 Roger, just past Delta 7. The flags for the whole short line for 26 left. So up to the wait and then contact R18.
We've still got the Korean taxing back, guys, and of course, as I already said, we do have this Flare Airlines coming in from San Francisco, which I don't yet see the landing lights on, but I'm looking for it.
Runway 13, continue via Al.
Terry, Dave Edwards said, finally getting back to spring weather here in the Smoky Hills of Tennessee. That is nice. Sounds absolutely fabulous. Still looking for the lights on our Flare. They haven't yet presented, so I can just move the camera around to this Korean that just landed for us. Dreamliner. Arriving from Seoul. Actually, this is kind of the perfect weather. We don't have the heavy-duty backlit situation. As I was driving out, they were actually on 08s, and kind of, we've seen it before. It's like standard operating procedure. During my setup, they switched to runway 26, so it is what it is. Okay, I see the landing lights of our Flare, so I'm going to gently move the camera around for our Flare arrival from San Francisco. He's now coming in over the numbers, and there it is.
Silver Tower, Departure 305, ILS 26 right. Quarter 305, Vancouver Tower, winded, clear to land runway 26 right. Clear to land runway 26, departure 305.
Guys, just the way we like it. We says, hello neighbor to the north in Vancouver. Yes, I see we have a Korean viewer, so welcome. We always enjoy and appreciate having viewers from Korea watching our show. I apologize I can't read your name, but thank you so much. That's awesome. Awesome to see. Hello, Chris Capullo. Okay, so our Flare is now going to make his way to the gate. Oh, we do have an Air Transat 330 sitting very nicely, looking very smart. And look, the sun's coming out, guys, getting brighter. Very nice. Very, very nice. Let's see what we've got on. Oh, the sun's out, guys. Wow. The sun is now out. So I do apologize for the vignette, the backlit situation. Our next arrival is actually Porter Airlines from Toronto, Embraer 195 E2. Don't see the landing lights, but it's not far away. So it's the Porter Airlines 305.
2517, Roger, hold short Lima.
I'm still scouring the approach for our... Leon Dad says, I'm watching in China. Fantastic. Welcome to the show, Leon Dad. Glad you're able to tune in with us. And Gurjot Singh says, Air India is the only airline to fly over Russian airspace to India directly from Canada. It's an interesting factoid. Very interesting fact. I do see the Embraer setting up on approach. So I'll move the camera over shortly. Thank you, Andre Greenidge. Joel Samudre says hi and love from India. Let's move the camera around, guys. We've got our ooh. There's a Westjet climbing out. 2 birds in one. And now we have our Embraer. There it is. Beautiful arrival from Toronto. Is doing well with their new service to Vancouver. They started, what was it, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. So they're Vancouver's newest scheduled air carrier, with sometimes twice daily flights with their Embraers between Vancouver and Toronto. They usually have a lunchtime flight, which is what we're looking at right now, and a midnight flight as well. So a red eye. Most days of the week, that's my understanding. I've got a little bit of wind hitting my microphone, guys. I think you guys can hear it.
305 on Victor. Quarter 305, ground tag by Hotel Golf. By Golf, Port Territory.
And we've got a Q400 landing right here in front of us. Came out of nowhere, actually. Very, very, very discreet arrival. Background, looking fabulous. Yeah, it's a nice day. It's a really nice day. Happy to be here. I feel very comfortable, guys. Very, very comfortable. Just a gentle breeze. You can hear it hitting the microphone, but the temperature is just perfect. as I say, super comfortable. Terry Edwards says that plane's got my initials. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Terry Edwards. Terry Edwards. Yes, it does. Oh wow, Terry. What's your mid? Is it Will? Is your middle name William? Terry, for Bill. Terry W. Edwards. There it is. Good stuff.
Encore 316 ground, taxi by a hotel in Lima. Hotel Lima name for Encore 6. Roger.
Oh, heavy going up. There's Air India. That was fast. Wow. Off to Delhi in style. Beautiful. Look at the wing vapor. Oh yeah, that is something. Lots of vapor at altitude there, guys.
After 47 trainer.
Wasn't that magnificent?
After 47 trainer, T via Lima and Lima 4, runway 26 left.
Hey. I'm just going to check and see what's on approach. Let's just see if there's anything on approach here, guys.
After 47 trainer, proceed
Hang on.
across.
It's pretty quiet. I'm just going to turn the radio off. I'm going to do my welcome to the show. Okay, guys, hang on a second. I'm just going to pull the camera back and I'll welcome you all to the show. Do you want to join me on the welcome? Yeah, why not? I'll ask you who you are. Come on around, yeah. Okay, let's see, guys. Okay. Hey, guys, I'd like to welcome you to the show. I've got another spotter with me. Come on in. Come on in. I think you're in.
Hello.
What's your name?
Ken.
Ken.
My name is Ken.
Pleased to meet you, Ken.
Nice to meet you.
So I've seen Ken out here a few times now, and Ken came out a bit earlier than me today to do some spotting and filming, and he's also a video and film guy and a keen enthusiast. Ken, how was it today? Did I miss too much before I arrived?
Didn't miss too much. They were on 08 this morning.
Right.
We caught the Air Transat arriving, 08 left.
Yes.
Pretty nice.
So when you arrived, it was 08, and how was your cloud base?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was pretty far. It was nice and cloudy in the background. We didn't have the blue sky yet.
We didn't have the blue sky yet.
No.
Okay. And then, as I say, for those of you that are watching, I came out today to do the show because, as I explained to you, we've got heavy rain coming in for Thursday, so we won't be able to do the Thursday show. So that's the reason why I did this. I didn't even have time to check the flight schedules, but you did. So what have we? So you mentioned the porter. What else have we got?
Later on, we got OWG coming in actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, we do. I forgot the time right now, but I think it's around 2.
Around 2. So for those of you that don't know, OWG it's like the charter arm, or yeah, I'd say a holiday arm of Nolanor. And the airplane's painted gorgeous. I think we saw it a couple weeks ago, but that's nice. Do you know which machine it is?
It's 737-800, I believe.
It's an 8.
Yeah.
It's an 8. Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
And then we also, you said we have a China Eastern?
Yes. Should be a cargo flight.
Another cargo flight.
It's a 350, but it's...
Yeah.
I doubt there's packs.
What? Do you know what time that's due in?
Should be about 40 minutes out.
About 40 minutes out. Yeah. Right on, Ken. Wow. So any other interesting tidbits to share with whoever's watching?
Not much, other than mentioning that I'm iTrapper. If you see me on my YouTube on...
Yeah, no, iTrapper. Yeah, you're fantastic. I mean, you inspired us, right? Well, there's also YVR Gopher and iTrapper. So there's two of you guys that are great inspiration.
Good to hear.
Yeah, you guys do awesome. Both of you guys do awesome work.
Thank you.
So,
love the live streams too. They're amazing.
Thank you very much. I was going to ask you about your filming with are you in the film business?
No, just a hobby.
Okay, it's just a hobby. Maybe Gopher is
could be
studying to be.
Sure.
That's what I was curious about.
Yeah.
Wow. No, it's awesome. Glad to meet you, Ken.
Yes, good to meet you too.
Yeah. Wow. How did you come up with the name?
I wanted something catching, nothing general to aviation.
Okay.
So just nothing specific.
Right.
So I could post train videos, whatever stuff.
Okay, so you're interested in other modes of transport as well?
Definitely.
Right on. Okay.
But my main hobby is plane spotting. So.
Wow. Wow. So how long have you been a spotter here at YVR?
Since 2017, and then a year later I started my YouTube channel.
Okay, so 6 years. Wow. So now, did you live somewhere before and then you moved to Vancouver, and were you no?
Always here. Yeah,
always here.
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Ken.
Yes, you too.
And I'm so glad that we got to introduce you to the channel formally as well.
Definitely do.
It's excellent, excellent. Yeah. So I'll climb behind the camera.
All right,
and
sounds good.
You're welcome just to hang out and chill.
Yeah, I'll be heading over to the south side to hopefully catch your Transat's departure.
Right. Oh yeah. So what time is the Transat heading out?
Was scheduled about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
So, is that a cargo flight?
No, it's Air Transat's newest aircraft, I believe.
Okay, but I'm just wondering how come they're actually parked in the nosebleeds. They didn't go to a gate.
Well, I don't think there's any passengers on it because he came from Asia.
This is the one that ferried in from Asia.
Yes.
Ex-Eva Air?
I believe it was Cebu Pacific.
Ex-Cebu. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Awesome, guys. But wow.
Yes.
Ken, thanks for the heads up on that.
Hey, no
I'll let
worries.
you go to the south side.
Alrighty,
I'll film
sounds
it
good.
from here. We'll be in touch.
All right, and there's a coyote running across the field over there.
Okay, we'll get the coyote.
Sounds
Ken,
good.
thanks a lot again.
No worries.
Guys, I'm going to get behind the camera now. Have fun on the other side, Ken.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you later. Okay, guys, that was awesome. Got to meet Ken, aka there we are, guys. There's a coyote that Ken kept on seeing. I'm just looking for that. Where is it? Well, Ken had pointed it out. I lost it, but there is a coyote running around loose here on the runway. And as Ken was saying, this machine was just delivered, or it's on delivery right now here in Vancouver. They just ferried the airplane in empty from Asia. And I thought that it came from Eva Air. Ken said Cebu. I'm going to go with Cebu Air. And nice to see it. Let's get a close-up of the Reggie. There we go. QUBO, Uniform Bravo Oscar, to my eyes anyhow. So iTrapper is Ken. Ken is iTrapper. So again, he has been an inspiration to us for the live streaming here at YVR. iTrapper his work's awesome, and as he explained, he's been filming here since 2017. And YVR Gopher is another great guy who also inspired us for these live streams. So kudos and thanks to both of these great guys. So yeah, and as he explained, we've got an OWG, which is the charter arm of Nolanor, coming in later today as well. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. And so we've got some neat stuff coming our way. What is that? That looks, yeah, it's a Beech 1900D. It must have landed while we were talking with Ken. And we've got a nice bevy of Air Canada equipment there. So yeah, I hope you are all doing well. I see we have 500 people in the house. The sun has come out, so I might just put my umbrella up because I'm starting to squint, guys. So give me a second. I'm just going to deploy the umbrella. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there's YVR Gopher. Hello, YVR Gopher. He's in the house. Okay guys, I'm just putting the umbrella on the camera just to shield me from the sun here and cut back on the glare. So I'm back in black, and I've got the umbrella on me just to get that sun off the camera and make it easier for me to see the screen. So we do have a lander coming our way, and I'm just going to have a look and see what it is. It's a Q400 actually. So it's a Q400, and then behind the Q400 we have American Airlines, and then behind American Airlines we've got Air Canada. So we've got three back-to-back arrivals. So I'll just bring the camera around now, and I'm watching for that coyote, Wile Coyote, and there's our Q400. beautiful. Very nice rollout. No double bounce. No aborted landings. Aborted. So I'm just going to check, see what's happening with you guys here. So we've got 528 people watching, which is pretty good. Thank you all for joining. Everybody's doing fine. Thank you, Plane Spotting Ringway. We're nice and comfortable here in Vancouver. The sun just came out. The temperature just went up, actually. As soon as that sun comes out, yeah, it just gets a little bit warmer. So, YVR Gopher says, I want to spot with you soon. So, absolutely, come on out. I'm looking forward to that YVR Gopher. You have a very, very fabulous setup, and your filming skills are fantastic. We've got YYZ Nick in the house. Allison Tidy. Hello, Allison. Who else have we got watching? Hans Swab is joining us from Amsterdam. We always love having our Dutch spotters with us. And here comes our next arrival. Our next arrival is actually a Boeing. It's it's the American Airlines 3149. It's an Embraer 175 from Los Angeles. So we'll bring the camera around. You guys can hear the frogs. They're going nuts. And there's our American Airlines LAX arrival. Nice. Anti-glare piece of paper in the window? Or does it say, Welcome Airliners Live? No, I don't think so, unfortunately. That would have been cool if it did, though. Guys, they've buttoned up the Air Transat. They have buttoned it up. Well, yeah, there's a I think they're starting engines. Let's bring the radio on. Let's listen to this.
On the video from the Canada 53 heavy. I'm sorry, engines to your discretion. My advice at the 53 heavy. Beautiful taxi. And you have a Fox from the mic 4 as I see from the Canada 53. Thank you. Oh, 62, we're aware of 62. Oh, 62, thank you.
There you go. Transat starting engines. Timed it to a T, guys. And here's our Air Canada 37 landing, but I just decided to hold on to the
Air Canada 241 is the exit. We'll watch for coyote traffic area there.
coyote traffic. Let's watch for a coyote. If you guys see the coyote, let me know. YXZ in the house. Ian Fleming.
135 heavy ground.
Sorry, Edward said it went left to right.
Yeah, 24100. Ground Air Kid, 063, AC58, right?
Glad you guys saw it. The Coyote.
063, heavy, pushback, your discretion. Flag our discretion. All by 63, did you pass the Coyote running across the lane northbound? All by 67, go. Roger, I have visual indicated cross southbound again, heading westbound now.
They're tracking the Coyote.
Yeah, well.
He's all over the place.
Oh, the 167 with the ILS 268. Yep, Vancouver Tower and continue from double left, 167.
Not a busy day. Well, it's the time of day as well, right? It's the time of day, guys. This is really the busy time is 2 o'clock for the 1 to 2 for departures on the other side. Our next arrival is actually a Westjet 737 from Edmonton. It's an 800. We'll be here in a few minutes. Got a Max taxiing out. The Max is heading to Palm Springs. Right here. Right, this guy is heading to Palm Springs. Oh, Transat's on the move. This aircraft is being delivered. No passengers on board. Ex-Cebu Pacific. And it is, just did a fuel stop here in Vancouver. Tech stop. I guess it's on its way to Montreal. It's nicely painted. And we've got a lander, our Westjet that I was telling you guys about earlier. It's the Westjet. It's the Westjet 167 from Edmonton, and I'll bring the camera around right now because we do have quite a bit happening over here. Landing, maybe we'll get the priority.
Transat 53, give way to Air Canada 730 and Juliet, taxi Juliet, give way Air Canada 37, Juliet, Air Canada 10-6, yeah, Transat A340,
ANA pushing back in the background.
Canada 104,
Yeah, the Air Transat is flying to Montreal. It's actually got a flight number, Transat Flight 53. So, it's just that it's not carrying passengers because it's a ferry flight. And then, here's our ANA. Pushing back for Tokyo. Wow. Our kind viewer from Korea has made a very generous $15 donation. He says, "Hello, my northern neighbor." He says, "Hello, my northern neighbor. My name is Jay, and I live in Washington and film planes at Payne Field and Everett. I've been a lurker for a while now, but I'm glad to donate today." Thank you so very much, Jay. It is very, very kind of you. We really appreciate your support. Lurkers are always fine, and I hope you're doing well down in Washington, and you've had some nice spotting. And thank you so much, again, for your very kind donation. We really appreciate it. That's right, plenty of interesting movements at Payne Field, I agree. So we've got another aircraft landing. It's actually coming in from Seattle. It's Alaska Airlines 3321. It's an Embraer 175. So we'll just bring the camera around in a second so that we can watch this arrival from Seattle. By the way, the battery's at 63%, guys, so we're good. Operated by SkyWest. He's also got the window anti-glare. I guess that's a part of the window. That what we're seeing there, that fixture on the far starboard side window. Let's go watch the ANA departure. There we go. This will be heading out shortly. I'll turn the radio back on. I think that was ANA just right there on the radio. Yeah, it looks like a sunshade. It is some for. It looked like a sunshade that the crew had put in the window, but because of the same. Guys, we got the look what we've got on approach. I'm gonna film this. Guys.
Ground Air Canada 063. Heavy run, Juliet, holding shortly. Cab 063 Heavy, continue Juliet, Hotel, Delta, and Hotel, Delta, Air Canada 063. Sure. Air Transit 53 Heavy, tower now, 118.17. 187, Air Transit, 5.
guys, that was a really nice clip. I did film it, and yeah, it's a 146 Summit Air. One of our regulars here in Vancouver, actually, but so nice to see. So nice to see. I figure I give this aircraft the screen time over the ANA. Very cool. What a treat for us. Airliner, Jumbolino, Smile Liner. And our ANA is right here. Right there. So yeah, we did well. That was a great one, guys. That was great. Yeah. So Phil Sellers, thanks for the heads up that we've got the Aeromexico 737-800 3 minutes out. Appreciate that. Yeah. And Dan Smether says, I did my work experience at Woodford on the 146. It's hard to believe so many 146s are retired now. They're almost extinct for passenger flying. That's probably Transat. No, it's not. It's Aeromexico. It's Aeromexico on the radio there, guys. Cleared to land. That was him on the radio. Yeah. So the Air Transat is turning on to the active right now, so hopefully we'll be able to catch the departure. If we just leave the camera here for a second. But yeah, if you come up to Vancouver and you're going to do some spotting, let me know. Maybe we'll meet up out at the airport. Jay, that would be amazing. You should drive. Oh, I hear the engines, guys, on the Transat. Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw. There it is. Up early.
The heavy taxi cross 1826 left. And then Alpha to signature. That's across 26 Alpha to signature.
Nice. Well, we got it. We got it, guys. We do have a lander here, guys. We've got a lander, and it's the Mexican 737 from Mexico City. There it is. Glad we get it. I'm glad we didn't miss it with the Transat. Very nice. Just checking the flight radar, guys. See what else we've got. What's happening? We've got Air Canada 787 heading to Seoul, about to turn onto the active, and behind it is the ANA 787 heading to Narita. So we'll have two heavy departures back to back here, and I'm watching them closely. Battery is at 53%, for those of you that might be curious. And Phil Sellers, thanks for the heads up that the Eurowings A330 from Frankfurt, operating the Lufthansa flight, is just 6 minutes away. So that's great to know as well. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Hello, Air 277, ILS. Air 277, Vancouver Canada. Third line on 26 right. Go to line 26.
Two for one. There's a nice tanker ship in the background.
Number 2 following at 37 for final, third line runway 26 right.
There it is. It's Korean climbing into the stratus. No, that's Air Canada. Off to Seoul. Wow. Nice. That was spectacular. That was very cool. So next, of course, will be the Korean Airlines flight. Sorry, the ANA. Next is the ANA 787 to Tokyo. Pacific Coastal, Beach 1900, D, stretched upper deck.
Do you have any break report April? There is no it is on control. Okay, thank you.
This is heading over to the south terminal. It must have landed while we were watching one of the other aircraft. Pacific Coast. Oh, hang on, we got a lander here that snuck in.
Okay, 147 is a C for the heli. Okay, we're going on way 26 left altimeters. 36 taxi Charlie. 2986 and taxi Charlie.
Right here, because we've got the yeah, it's rolling right now, the ANA. Oh, I actually missed it while we were filming the
DC7 with a max. I'd like to relocate 73, please.
I was hoping to get more of this, but that's okay, we get some of it here.
Clear 27, Mike 4 for Delta 6. 277 ground taxi via
11:30 in 2 minutes. Actually, I see it. So I think I'll bring the camera around to that right now. I've got visual on it right now. See the landing lights? Right there. You guys see it too. This is from Frankfurt. It's the Eurowings Discover Flight 70, operating for Lufthansa. I'll film it. I'll film a clip. I'll do a video clip on this. That was really good. That was a very nice landing. Thank you for pointing it out to me, guys. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Thank you, JAC Plane Spotting. I appreciate your comment. Always try to do my best and keep it as smooth as possible with some nice tight frames. To do things a little bit different as opposed to just showing the full airplane, because that can... I think full airplane all the time gets a bit boring, so that's why I do go tight. You know, get in there underneath the wing, landing gears, see those flaps and spoilers. So I try to do things a little bit differently. Yeah. Let's see what we've got on approach. Another heavy. This is the Harbin. China Eastern. China Eastern A350. It's going to be due in a few minutes from Harbin. Doing pretty good, guys. We're doing pretty good, if I dare say so. Looking for landing lights for our China Eastern A350. Not yet. Not yet. It's not a bad color scheme. A bit different. Kind of has a low-cost look to it, I'd say. I guess that's what they were trying to do. And they achieved their objectives. I see the landing lights for MU from Harbin, China Eastern, so I'm going to bring the camera around and I'll film the landing again, guys. So I'll be quiet when I do the film. Video clip, there it is. Okay, It's showtime.
That's good. That's good. Okay, that's good. And Super Tower 2051 will be off 26 right. 2051 Vancouver Tower. Caution turbulence, you're following an Airbus A380. Final. Clear line runway 26 right. 26 right, United 51.
Thank you, guys. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was nice stuff, actually. Got another lander here. It's United Airlines 2051. It's an A319 inbound from San Francisco. That's our next movement here in Vancouver.
Also, there's 29er. Evening instructions. Main taxi, Golf, Hotel, Delta, and Delta. 730, heavy, brown, where are you headed?
Oh, it's a good, nice-looking airplane, this China Eastern A350. Oh, I guess it's a daily occurrence here at Vancouver. Thank you, Phil Sellers, for the heads up on the United as well. Appreciate that. And it is good to see China Eastern back here in Vancouver. I agree with you, YVR Gopher. Yep, the Aero Mexico did look fantastic. So, okay, I'm going to, in a second, slowly move the camera around for our United Airlines arrival. We have Neil Gai joining us from Jamaica. That's awesome. We love the Caribbean. Thank you for joining the show, Neil. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying nice and cool in beautiful Jamaica. Let's move the camera around, guys, for this arrival of the United Airlines flight inbound from San Francisco. Landing here at YVR, Vancouver International Airport. There it is. Go. There to our A350. We'll see where he's going to park.
Juliet Alpha, Juliet, Hotel, 26 United 109.
says Henry doesn't see me. I see you now, Nabila D. I see you now. I see you now, Nabila. You guys are talking about the weather, I see. Nabila says it's so cold in California, it was raining all night until an hour ago. It'll rain again until tomorrow, chilly afternoon. Yes, we've heard about the rains in California. Heavy, heavy rains. It's a cargo flight. Cargo flight. This is not a passenger flight. They're just moving cargo on this. We've got a United taxiing out as well. Right here. Right there. Heading to Denver as the United Airlines 109. Oh, the battery's collapsing, guys. It went from 19% down to 0. So I'm going to do the battery change now, just because we've got a 28% to 0. So I didn't even have time to announce it, so I do apologize for that. Yeah, these batteries, I don't know. They're getting wonky. But that was a battery change that was too quick even for me. Or I should say it was a battery collapse that was too quick even for me. So anyhow, a Duracell commercial. So we can hear the crickets going. I'm just trying to figure out what we've got next for our next movement. Looking at the flight radar, guys. Mel W, premium economy member for 4 months. Thank you. We appreciate your support very much, Mel. Thank you very much. Mel says, hello, Henry and everyone. Awesome. Wow. Just looking at the flight radar. We don't have anything on the approach at this moment, guys. But we've got a whole pile of airplanes heading out on the south side, mostly Q400s. So, like that one. Tons of Q400s departing today.
United 109 on South Ground.
Let's see what's heading out next. Another Q400. 2 Q400s are heading out, actually. Back-to-back Q400s. So, I don't see anything on the approach at the moment. So, yeah, it's a bit of a quiet zone time now. We'll just be patient, we'll relax, we'll hang out, figure out what we're gonna do. So let's just see. JAC Plane Spotting says, love tire burn too. Yeah, the tire burn's interesting. I think we have some dirt on the runway on 26 right in front of us. So when the aircraft are slowing down, coming off their airspeed, kind of, as I say, just to the right of us here, we get that it looks like tire burn, but I think it's actually dirt. I think it's actually dirt that's on the runway. There's our another Q400 heading out, climbing into the beautiful Stratus. So what have we got on the gates here? Let's have a look at our immediate vicinity. We've got our cargo bird, our China Eastern cargo flight that just arrived. It's looking very nice. Guess they'll do the cargo offload on that momentarily. And here at the heavy gates, the international gates, we have our Eurowings Discover, which just arrived from Frankfurt. They're doing the offload on that right now. Beside Eurowings, we have Japan Airlines 767, which arrived just as we were setting up for the show. And then beside Japan Airlines, we've got our Aeromexico at the gate. I'm just so glad we're out here today because, as I say, the weather forecast for Thursday is absolutely horrendous rain. So we had to do the show today if we were going to do a show at all this week. So the weather was good, was calling for good today, and clear, dry, so it just made sense to do the show today. So I hope you guys don't mind that we've layered on this pop-up show for that very reason. And here's another Q400 on the climb out. Q400 City, aka Vancouver. Lots of Q400 action here. So back to terra firma. Let's keep an eye on the runway. See if we can get some departures. And there we go. They're doing the offload on Eurowings. And for arrivals, we've got a United Airlines from Denver. It's United Airlines flight 1049. It'll be arriving in about 10 minutes maybe. And we also have Cathay Pacific with a beautiful 777-300ER that'll be here shortly in about 5 minutes as well. So we've got some decent stuff in the pipe, guys. For you guys, so bear with us. Do bear with us here as we wait for the action. We'll be patient. Double jazz. So, yeah, DJ E and I agree. I mean, the day was good. The weather was good, so we figured just might as well come on out and do the show and make hay while the sun shines. YVR Gophers back in the house. So, scouring the horizon here. There is an airplane setting up on approach, so I can't quite see it. I'm going to move the camera around just in case it's something of interest for us. We might as well watch it. There it is. Yeah, it's a King Air Beech 1900 of Pacific Coastal. We might as well watch it land. It's a nice, really nice day. Very comfortable here for me. Hands are not cold. Just super comfortable. If we were so lucky like this every day here in Vancouver. Heavy Max on the other side, right there. No, it's not a Max, it's an 8, United 737-8. I turned the radios off just for a second, just to give me a bit of an audio break from the non-stop radios. So, okay, let's go and get our arrival. There we go. This is our United Airlines 800. Wondered, wouldn't it be neat if the technology that we have today for filming and video and streaming was available in 1968? Could you imagine the footage at Toronto or Vancouver or LAX or Heathrow if there were people doing 1080p streams? Forget about 4K, just what we're doing right here on this show. 1080p streams of the Heathrow action in 1968. It would just be unbelievable. And that stuff was on the internet. I'm not talking, what we actually have, which is cine film and 8mm film movie cameras with no sound. That is what we have. But can you imagine if we had this kind of coverage from the airports in the 60s? It would be unbelievable. It would be amazing. That would be amazing. I guess if the planet's still here in 40 years, they'll look back and they'll say, wow, isn't that great that people were doing live streams at the airports, back in the 2020s. It's kind of an interesting thought. Oh, okay, United Airlines is kind of sitting right here. I wonder why. Oh, right there. They were just turning off the active. Nothing too serious. We've got a departure of the CRJ right there. North Caribou. As you can see, this is our second RJ movement of the day. What other airport in the world can you see two different passenger airlines flying RJs? Same day, within an hour. I don't think any other airport on planet Earth can meet Vancouver on that boast. I don't think so. Don't think it exists. If you guys want to put it in the comments and prove me wrong, that would be amazing. But I don't think there's any other airport on planet Earth where you have two different RJs flying, with two different airlines flying passengers. I don't think it exists. Let's get this on video, guys. Guys, we got another heavy. It's an inbound from Toronto. Back-to-back heavies, guys. This is the Air Canada 109. It's an A330. And I'll film it. What the heck? Back-to-back heavies. Back-to-back heavies, just the way we like it. Lucky. We were lucky. Really nice. Two aircraft that we don't often see landing here on the north side. Cathay Pacific, nor Air Canada A330s. They're both pretty rare. Yeah, hope you guys liked that. I thought it was very cool. Wow. So we've got three channels I'd like to tell you guys about. Again, I mentioned that we were talking with Ken at iTrapper here at YVR, and there's also YVR Gopher as well. And of course there's me, my own channel. And my channel is Jetflix TV. So if you can visit all three of these channels, click the like button or the follow button, we would all appreciate your support. iTrapper, YVR Gopher, and Jetflix TV. That's cool. That's very, very Asia themed, that shot there. See where this guy's going to go to. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Phil. Who here likes A380s? I do. We all love A380s. And thank you very much for dropping the links to our channels in there, Loopy. That's awesome. Thank you very much. So it makes it easy, guys. Loopy's dropped in the links to all three of our channels here on YouTube. So do, as I say, check out what we're all doing. It's all different. It's all different. Speaking of different, this Cathay Pacific, they were on a hiatus during the pandemic. As you all know, Hong Kong has only very recently opened up. absolutely. Hello, Matt Healy. Doing well, doing well. See, you've got COVID part 2. Hopefully that'll pass soon for you, and that you're not too sick with that. YKA Aviation says we've got a Airbus in about 7 minutes out from Calgary. Thanks for the heads up on that. Did I miss the welcome show? Did I miss the show welcome? Yeah, I did one at the beginning, about maybe 5 or 10 minutes after we actually started. So you'll be able to see it if you scrub back, or after the show you can check it out. But I had Kevin with me on the show, Kevin from iTrapper. So we had a nice chat. Got to introduce you guys to him. Nicholas Taylor, thank you for joining us from Leamington Spa, UK. Some decent heavies here for us. Cathay Pacific pulling into the Horseshoe. And DJ Ian says, there you and a new guy from Toronto. Okay. YK Aviation says, another heavy inbound. Air New Zealand 7879 is 8 minutes out. Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, this is good, guy. Oh, look at that. Sleep at the wheel. American Airlines powering out. Yeah, if we get Air New Zealand, that's really good. That is really nice, actually. We'll have done well with our heavies today, guys. No complaints at all. We've got a Q400 landing. I'll move the camera around right there. Westjet Encore rolling out nicely for us. Battery's at 82%, so we don't have anything imminent in terms of collapse on the immediate agenda. I'm just going to check the chat here. How are you guys doing? Aaron Roscoe is joining us from Nairobi. Wow, fantastic! I think you've been on our you've watched our show in the past. So nice to see you. Nice to see you back here checking out our show. And we've got Paul Marriott says good evening or good night from me in Thailand. I'll watch the rest in the morning. That's okay. That's right, guys. You can always come back after the show and watch the show in a non-live, because it is recorded and they're all here on YouTube. That was kind of neat. That was different. Nice to see. Nice compliment to the show. Watching Westjet head out. Looks like Air China's being propped up by the van. Let's have a look at that, guys. Air China being propped up by the van. Yeah, I guess this is what you mean. Yes. That's the shot. Yeah, it does look like that, doesn't it? Well, I'm just watching the flight radar, guys. We do have some good heavy stuff coming our way, which is just the way we like it. let's have a look here. Yeah, so we've got the Air Canada 213. It's an A321 inbound from Cowtown or Calgary. That'll be here in a few minutes. 2 minutes, actually. I don't actually see the landing lights yet, but I guess they'll be presenting themselves very shortly. And then after that, what have we got after that? Yeah, after that we've got our Auckland arrival. The Air New Zealand Flight 24, 7879 Dreamliner. So, good. No, we're doing good, guys. We've got some nice heavy stuff coming our way. This turned out to be not a bad show. It's 1:30 here in Vancouver, local time, 1:30 p.m., 13:30 for those of you on 24-hour watches. And this is Vancouver. This is the Airliners Live show. My name is Henry Tenby. I'm your host. And it's a great pleasure to have all you guys hanging out with us. 671 of you guys in the house. If you haven't already, maybe while we've got a little bit of downtime, you could just take a second and hit the like button. That would be appreciated. Likes are always appreciated. I should also point out that if I do miss your comment or question, I do apologize. But just leave your comment or question as a comment to the video. And then later on tonight, when I get back home, I'll check out the comments and I will respond to each and every one of your comments in person. So I do like seeing your comments as well after the fact. So if you've enjoyed the show, let me know. And if you have a question or comment, just pop it in there, and we can communicate through the comment exchanges as well. So again, the comments are in the lower box underneath the video right now. You can leave a permanent comment. There we go. Inbound from Calgary. Nice, beautiful stuff. A321 stretch jobby. Let's have a look at the spoilers. There we go. That's the detail I like. And I see heavy metal, guys. Heavy metal spotted just east of the rumbers. Heavy metal. Something heavy this way cometh. There it is. It's from New Zealand. It's from down under. All quiet on set. our friends from New Zealand arriving in style in their beautiful Dreamliner. I wonder if we have any Aussies or New Zealanders in the house. Haven't seen Carwyn Davies in a while on the show. Isn't that beautiful? Nice scheme. I love the scheme. Very classy. Now that scheme does not say low-cost carrier. EU Eurowings scheme says low-cost carrier. This says classy carrier, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Now, nothing on the approach right now, so I think I'll just follow this guy in. Paul Brooks, thank you very much for gifting 5 Airliners Live memberships. That's very kind of you and very, very much appreciated. Thank you again, Paul. We got a departure on the other side there. I might be able to get it. Air Canada 321, climbing into the Stratus. Cloud there. Where is our... Here it is. Air New Zealand. Getting a bit backlit, right? Because we're turning into full sun. So we've got a bit of it. If we're not... we have to put the camera like that, so the airplane is towards the top of the frame to prevent the burnout of the image. Romeo is the Reggie. Let's see if he goes to the horseshoe. Yeah, we've been lucky with the movements. Definitely lucky, guys. Yeah, Lee Davies says, I think the frogs sound great in the background. Definitely. They add major character and atmosphere. Frogs are fantastic. Let's see. I'm watching the approach. It's turning in right in front of us, actually. Brilliant. It's brilliant.
Ground Scout 151, ready to taxi. 3151 ground, it's runway 26 left, the altimeter 85, taxi via Alpha Juliet, full short. Juliet, shortly on 26 kind of west, 315.
Well, guys, let's have a look here. Still, oh wow, 767 people watching. I'm impressed, guys. Thank you so much. Yes, John, I love New Zealand too. YKA Aviation says we have a FedEx 757, 7 minutes out. Yeah, we don't know what runway it'll arrive on. It'll probably try to go to the south side because that's where they park. So if it does land on this side, it would be a major bonus for us, but we can't count on it. But we'll try to watch it as much as we can. So here we have an American Airlines Embraer, baby Embraer jet. Let's figure out where where this is taxiing to. It's heading to Los Angeles, actually. It's the American Airlines flight 3151. It's a very cute looking aircraft. It's hard to believe that, you know, they evolved this into the stretched Embraer 195 that Bombardier uses. Look how tiny the engines are on this aircraft compared to the massive engines that are on the Embraers that Porter operates. Those engines are almost the thickness of, or the diameter of the fuselage.
17 heavy ground. No discussion.
Japan Airlines Heavy's pushing. They're going to be pushing like right now.
Taxi by to the apron.
They're right on cue, I hope.
Heading south 7092, town wind 2508, let's land 26 right.
Somebody's coming into 26 right, which is us. I'm not sure who that is though. Might have been FedEx, I don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see who we get here. And Jal's been given clearance to push back, so we're just patiently waiting for Jal to push off the gate. Hello, West Creek, joining us from St. Thomas, Ontario. And YKA Aviation says the FedEx is inbound to 26 right, which is where we are. So that'll be fabulous. That'll be absolutely fabulous. Wow. Major win for us. If it doesn't change, of course. Ian, thank you very much. Ian says, great stream. Thanks, Henry. Watching from the south coast of England. Nice to see Air New Zealand back in action. Totally agree. And thank you, Ian, for your comment. Thank you for hanging out with us. South coast of England. I guess you must be somewhere near... is it Blackpool?
There's a pipe on the side of the runway here, off the right-hand side of the aircraft now. Alright, thank you. On the right-hand side of the...
Got Jacob Weisenfeld joining us from Israel. Shalom.
They're between Delta 2 and...
We've got Bev Gibbons watching from Hertfordshire, UK, trying to recover from a second bout of COVID. I'm glad you're enjoying the entertainment. I'm so happy that you're enjoying the show. And we've got Izzy Roberts from Manchester watching the show. I now see the landing lights on the FedEx 757 that's coming our way. So, Blackpool's in the north. Okay, that's okay. So in the south, what's the other place with the pier, the hotel?
09 for the wind.
Southampton, okay, yes. Brighton, that's what I'm thinking of, Brighton. My dad's family used to take holidays to Brighton in the 30s. They lived in London. But yeah, Brighton was the place where they would go. And I've seen photos, family photos from the 30s of Brighton with pre-war flying boats in the background as well. Might it be a Hythe flying boat? That's in one of the pictures. One of my family pictures. Anyhow, Mark Buck says I'm in Penrith. Yeah, Terry Edwards says Brighton. Malk is watching from Southampton. Let's go get this, I think it's the FedEx 757 that's setting up right here, guys. And I will film this. Yeah, that's 75, guys. Oh yeah. Right on.
Yeah, I see that now. Thank you. He's right at the hole line. He's maybe cut. Thank you for coming. 1799, we're on the 26 right, and we're starting to slow up 6 kilo left. 1799, thank you for return, wind 248, number 2, following a max 4 miles, with the land roughly 26 right.
lucky, guys. We've been really, really lucky with some really neat movement, stuff we don't normally see on our Thursday show. So I think we made an awesome decision to come out here today. As I explained to other people that were watching earlier in the show, we aren't going to be doing our Thursday show today because we've got heavy rain forecast for this Thursday. So I just made the executive decision to come out here today, lay on a pop-up show, and call it at that. So look at that.
Japan 7 heavy ground, runway 26 2984, taxi by
There's heat distortion there for sure. Heavy heat distortion.
Victor Hotel, hold short 26 left, 292.
Okay, let's go get our gel. I think it's going to taxi here any second. Yeah, it's already moving. Heading off to Narita. Woof. Oh yeah. Well, we're doing awesome today, actually. We're doing really well. JAL Classic 767-300 ER. JAL is our only 767 PAX operator into Vancouver at the present time. For those of you that are curious to know. Something on approach, guys. I'm just going to bring the camera around. Don't know, I didn't actually have a chance to peek down at my flight radar, so we're going into this blind. Looks like a Westjet, or is that Air Canada? No, I think it's Air Canada. Or no, Flair. Transition. Beautiful. Really nice day. Let's check the flight radar, guys. Let's have a quick peek at our flight radar.
092, continue taxi by Delta and Delta Yankee to the Delta.
Kind of quiet on the flight radar right now. For the time being, anyhow. For the time being.
Westjet 5, give way to the Japan 767 heading down Julie.
Okay, Jack, plane spotting. Thank you for joining the show. Bon appetit.
Hotel and golf to the
Bon appetit.
Roger, Japan 17, traffic 730 on your right side is giving way. Good altitude, ultra. 79, contact ground 121.7. 3 ground,
Well, I'm just surveying what's going on around me. Lead Avies hasn't had tea yet. Well, yeah, it is pretty much dinner time. What is it? It's 8:50 in the UK right now. So yeah, the frogs are loud. It's like the Caribbean here. It's like, this is like Barbados with the frogs and the crickets. Well, no, I think this is more frogs today, not so much cricket.
Code 7050. 7050. Skywest 3321.
Yeah, that 757 movement was nice, guys. I really enjoyed that.
Ground average 2006 X 9 push start. 2006 ground push back to your discretion. Discretion 2006. Roger, 804. Don't look at the push.
Yeah, Eurowings Discover is still here. Somebody to answer Carolyn Ibis. This is the Eurowings Discover right here. It's right there. That's Eurowings Discover. They're ground handling the aircraft right now. To answer your question. Well, no, the tea drink thing. Yeah, no, I know that just because I have so many English friends, right? So I knew that tea in the evening context refers to dinner. So sitting down for tea is sitting down to what we call supper or dinner. But yeah, no, I did know that, Andy. But tea is also tea, right? You can have high noon tea or afternoon tea as well. But in the afternoon setting, the reference is for tea as in hot drink. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, there's interesting, UK terms and use of the language, which we find fascinating. As Canadians looking at the different dialects in the UK. Actually, I was watching a show on Netflix last night. It was quite a serious show. It's about lovers that resulted in murders in the relationships. And I think it's a 7-part miniseries, and it's now playing here in North America. But what I noticed, there's a particular British dialect. I don't know where it's from, but what the way the dialect works is the words was and were are used in exchange of each other as we would use them in North America. So like he was there, instead of saying he was there, they would say he were there. And they would flip it the other way as well. So, and that was an interesting dialect that I picked up on whilst watching the show. So the was and were are used in the opposite place in the sentence that we would use them here in North America. And that is a British dialect that I found interesting. The was or were flip-flopping.
Canada 240, 847, Canada 240, push house pushed off 49, for your reference, room, on 47 or Canada.
It's Q400 taxing nicely. Where's this guy going to? This guy's heading to Portland, actually, is the Air Canada 8654. So he has a nice calm day. There's another fellow set up beside me with his tripod. So yeah, it's a great place for plane watching, and there's room for everybody. But it's this fellow's put down a nice blanket and he's got his tripod set up. It's beautiful, right? He's just catching some Z's, as we call it. Breakfast, dinner, tea. Yes, indeed. Matt says Henry is an honorary Manc 0161. Thank you. That's right. Thank you for joining the show, Rachel. We'll see you next time. Afternoon tea. Somebody was saying that. Where was that nice comment? Yes. Damien Eve says afternoon tea is tea, small sandwiches, and small dessert as well. That sounds very nice, actually. High tea. Yeah, Loopy says he were right. Exactly, he were right. So that's a British dialect. I don't know, where is it from? I mean, I didn't know where the people that were on the show are actually from. But yeah, he were right instead of he was right. He were right. Yeah. It's fascinating. see.
With your full time sure,
Breakfast, late breakfast, nibbles. Lunch, afternoon tea, supper, dinner. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just waiting for some interesting movements. I'm going to check the flight radar, guys. Right now on flight radar, we've got the Narita. Japan Airlines is rolling, so we're gonna wait right here and try to get this Japan Airlines 767 rotation right about there, right above the Rouge. So he's rolling now. Paul Crabtree says it's just bad English, but we say it. There you go. You can hear the engines of the 76. Someone said, Andy says it sounds like a Dorset thing. He were right. Okay, it's showtime for Japan Airlines. I definitely hear the engines.
Good day, taxi by Juliet, Hotel, Delta, and Delta 7.
I'm ready.
Juliet, Hotel, Delta, and Delta 7 for Roger.
Any second, guys. Oh yeah, there she goes. Beauty. Look at the angle of attack. Come on, come on. Oh. Right into the clouds. Well, at least we saw the angle of attack. That was a major angle of attack. That was cool. I like that. That was very neat. Let's see what else we've got on flight radar, guys. I like that. It was brief, but it was quality, right? We got a nice steep climb out for sure. So Nabila D says California is 157, same as Vancouver, 158 right now. Whoopi says, when I asked the Cornish farmer if he had been there all his life, he replied, no, not yet. Yeah. Yeah. It's very funny, but it's true. It's true. It's absolutely true. This Q400 taxing out. Canada Jazz. Nothing on the approach right now, guys. The battery's at 33%. So, just in case we get a collapse, without my being able to announce, just hang in there, because I'll do the battery change right away. Yeah, we're at 33%. Scouring the approach. Nothing yet. Making itself known. What else, guys? What else can I tell you guys? Yeah, it's 5 p.m. in Ottawa. So Roger Higgs says, for anyone north of Birmingham, tea is what Southerners call dinner, which Northerners have at lunchtime. Ian Smith says, I tried explaining British dialects to an American in Costa Rica. They thought I was Australian. Well, I believe it. It goes the other way too, because many people from North America think Aussies are Brits. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend any Aussies in the house, but it's very true. Canadians, Americans, when they hear an Aussie accent, they'll often think it's a British accent. So yeah, we're for the most part quite ignorant on the various accents as North Americans. See, that focus issue is just because of the backlit and the moisture, I think. There you go, it's a bit better now. Dreamliners to see if we get anything noteworthy. I mean, I'm still waiting for the OGW 737, but I don't actually see it as being in the vicinity of the airport. I see a few Q400s buzzing about, but no heavy jet movement. So not sure, right? You know, we're just kind of hanging out here. Hey, Peter Carroll, thank you very much for the Australian $14.99 donation. Peter says, hi Henry, thank you for the pop-up show. Breakfast time, 8 a.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. Bon appetit, have a good breakfast. Have a great day, Carol. Peter, and thank you so very much for the donation. I really appreciate it, and I'm glad we could be here to give you some entertainment as you start your day. That's Peter Carroll in Melbourne, Australia. And John Southwell is actually west of Ottawa watching our show. Matt Smith says, I reckon Henry's now fully aware of pork pies. Yeah, I am. You know, I never actually had one when I got to visit you guys. But I will. I mean, I'll be back, obviously. I'll be back for another visit, and I'll look forward to having a nice, hot pork pie. It sounds delicious. I can eat one right now. So, what else can I tell you guys? We're just kind of... It's chilling. Battery's at 29% right now. So battery's at 29. Still at 29%. Nicholas Taylor says we have an inbound. Looking for it. I'll check the flight radar for possible inbound. Oh, Q4. Yeah, I see that. From Cassidy Airport. It's a Beach King Air medevac flight. Heading in on the south side. But thanks for the heads up on that.
Canada 40 taxi. Cat 40 ground, runway 26. Canada 2984 taxi by Juliet, hold short of.
We got a 37 disconnecting here. Korean Airlines just requested pushback.
Canada is going to push off the gate over the Dreamliner. Reference that pushing.
This aircraft's heading down to LA, Los Angeles. Is Air Canada 554? Hello, Lauren Howard. Thank you for joining the show, albeit late, but better late than never. So Terry saw a pork and pickle pork pie today. Ooh, I like pickles, dill pickles. With garlic. Yeah. Okay, what have we got coming out of the horseshoe here? Air Canada 321. Taxiing out of... This guy's heading to Edmonton, this guy, Air Canada 240. Yeah, let's get back to the show. I'm hoping. Let's get back to the show. There's our Rouge. Nice Rouge. We saw that come in, actually. Bit of low-level cloud there as the Rouge heads out into the stratus. Literally. Goes out into the stratus. So we do have an aircraft landing right now. It is a, I think it's a Q400. That's my guess. Yeah. It is. It's actually it's a Westjet Saab A340 coming in from Kamloops. So we'll film that. It's in full Westjet colors. Yeah, it's pretty warm. I'm going to say it's around 12 or 13 degrees. It's not cold, that's for darn sure. So let's move around to get this Saab 340 arrival, guys. Battery's at 26%. There we go. 26% on the battery. This is our Pacific Coastal operating for Westjet Saab 340. Looks like a Convair kind of, Convair 580 at first glance. And around from Kamloops. Loops. Nice.
Let's go 874 Vancouver Town, wind 10 with land, runway 26 right. Good one, runway 26 right, that's 774.
We've got another lander on this side, cleared to land, Pasco.
Give way to the south right at Juliet.
25% on the battery, guys.
554 affirmative, the right will turn on Juliet, give way.
So many aircraft lined up on the other side, though, guys. Oh. Battery's at 25%. So many. Wow. We've got this guy, and we've got our Westjet. 24% on the battery. I might just do a battery change very soon. Yeah, just might do it, guys. Incoming. Nice little Saab, that's right. Well, I'm just thinking, we don't really have much in the way of arrivals.
47.
So,
Short of,
got this guy coming out. This is 37 max. Well, yeah, guys, the arrivals kind of ran out of steam. It's pretty quiet now, so I'm thinking it's probably the right time to end the show. We've been live here for a little over 2 hours. This is the Airliners Live Vancouver show. My name is Henry Tenby. We laid this show on as a pop-up show just because we've got very wet weather for Thursday on forecast, so it's very unlikely that we won't be able to do a Thursday show. So instead of having nothing this week, I thought let's do a pop-up show today. So this is what it was. The sun opened up on us, which is great, and we had some good heavy movements, but I think that's pretty much, we've kind of milked the show for what we could, and I don't want to, I'd rather end on strength instead of just, grasping at straws and end on weakness. So for that reason, I think we'll just end it here, guys. You guys can have your dinner if you already haven't had your dinner, and we've had a good fun visit. So thanks so much for tuning in. And I'll look forward to seeing you guys next week. Let's just hope we've got good weather, and if not, I'll do a pop-up show next week as well. So thanks so much for watching. I'm wishing everybody a good evening. Have fun, and we appreciate your support. Thanks again, guys. All the best.